guys, and welcome back to Celebrity with Nene. And today I am here with my crew members. I have Reese, Johnny, and Sean here today. All right. So if you want to join our crew and be a part of our crew, you can do that real easily by clicking that subscribe button, and also make sure you click the like button as well. All right. So I'm back. Third time's the charm. Hopefully, all of our technical issues are over with, and we can get through our show. Thank you to everybody, especially my crew members, for being patient today. I know this is trying, and I'm not a tech savvy person at all, so this is very hard for me. All right, so we're going to be recapping life after lockup. I know I need to change the title because I put love after lockup. I just can't switch the names. I don't know why I can't get it together, but I'm going to get it together one of these days. Okay, so the episode starts off with Brittany and Marcelino. So as we learned in the last episode, Brittany and her business partners, they are missing about $80,000, they say. $80,000. And they believe that Robert, one of their other business partners, took the money. So Brittany, and I think her name was Kanan, they met up. And Kanan didn't tell Brittany, but they were meeting up with a cop, or with a retired cop, to try to see if he can help them and advise them what to do. So this scene for me, I was giggling a little bit because when Brittany figures out the man is a retired cop, you can see instantly she's not comfortable talking to him. I guess she's not used to having positive maybe interactions with the cops. I don't know. What did you guys think of this scene?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like she seemed like she was kind of like, this is weird. Like they both, I don't know, they both actually were kind of, I don't know, acting weird about talking to a cop. But I mean, I think it's understandable. She just, well, coming out of jail, even though they're doing the right thing now. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What did you
I think
think,
I'd be the
Johnny?
same way.
Yeah, but then I think she said something like, almost like, "Are we snitching?"
Yeah, she did. She did say something.
I was like, "What? Who cares? You're missing money."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But I think she has that code, like, it drilled into her, no snitching.
Yeah, like were going to be able to just handle it themselves. Then no, you're going to need help, and even finding out even more of the errors they made with this whole thing. And it's weird because I can't tell you, there is no way I would have invested $10,000, $20,000 with no contract. Like, I was totally thrown with that because I would still think the bigger investors, would have had a contract with them. So the fact that they didn't even have a contract, I was like, what kind of scheme? And how people just giving away money for free like that?
Yeah, that whole thing was shady.
That was. Could you imagine me coming to you saying, "Hey, can you invest $10,000 in us doing this rehab thing?"
Mm-hmm. I know even that cop was like,
yeah, he was even totally thrown, the fact that they didn't have a contract or anything. Like, that was the part that was trippy.
Like, I didn't realize they didn't have a contract until he asked them, and I was like, "What? Y'all ain't even like, you know what I mean? How you have this? How do you have investors putting money in and you ain't even got a contract?" I'm like, okay, that part messed me up. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. And they said that there were some of their investors put in like $20,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't see it. Ain't no way. I can barely give $100, let alone 20.
I know. So those investors were very trusting.
Yeah.
Very
trusting to people who, and I understand you have to give people, the benefit of the doubt, not always judge them by their past. Mm-hmm. But knowing that they were criminals, I would have definitely been like, yeah, I'll front you the money. But I probably would have said, I'll give you the money once you have it established. Mm-hmm. Like, once you're actually paying and I can walk through this home and I can see that you're helping people.
Yeah. Or do like with construction, like when you get construction done on your home, you pay half up front and the other half,
But still would have had a contract. Ain't no way.
Still. Yeah, because you still even get a contract then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just to not even have a contract, I can't imagine what other business partners they had. And I think he was kind of starting to get a little skeptical too. The cop was, because he had made the comment, how did he put it? He said to make sure, he said to give me the context of the other people so I can understand what their what they thought they were doing. Because now it kind of almost sounds like he almost isn't too sure that he believes that they knew they were investing or giving their money to this man.
That, or the cop also brought up something else. He said, so y'all had a verbal contract, a verbal agreement. So that may be, part of what he's trying to figure out is, did they think they had a verbal agreement with them? Is that why they just didn't sign a contract? So, yeah, I mean, it was interesting. What did you think?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. So, Sean, what did you think?
We talking about it's gonna be a verbal, their word against his. So, I never did think verbal contracts should hold up court of law, but it does have its place. And obviously, this is going to be one of those spots where it needs to be. And maybe the people that donated the money, maybe they did donate half, and they're going to give the other half later. Which, if that's the case, that sucks. Uh, but I would have made sure that if not my name, like we had discussed the last time, last week, if not my name, at least her husband name should have been on the contract, on the bank statement. Give that one person all that power to the only one that's on the on the account. Yeah, I kind of figure that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So as they're leaving, Kanan had asked Brittany how was Marcelino taking everything, and she explained she hasn't told Marcelino yet, and she wanted to get all of the information, which is it's understandable. She wanted to make sure she was telling him the right thing and didn't get him upset for no reason. And so here we go with the cliffhanger. They did not show us Brittany going to talk to Marcelino. So maybe it'll be next episode, I'm hoping, maybe, when she talks to him and we get to see how that conversation goes.
And her friend was like, you ain't telling me yet?
Yeah, because then she said, well, I didn't know how serious it was.
She knew on the phone, though, that it was serious.
She knew it was pretty serious. And if anything, I can't hold that kind of, it's hard enough doing Christmas gifts, let alone holding that kind of burden of not telling my spouse about the loss of our money like that. I think I would have said, look, something's not right. We're meeting tomorrow. Hopefully it's nothing, but I'm just giving you a heads up. Please don't ask me questions because I don't know enough. And I don't want to start, I don't want to get you angry, and we don't need to get you angry, but understand that something is going down and I'm meeting with them tomorrow. Just something to just kind of give them a heads up. Yeah. Because he even asked her. That was the whole other thing.
He did.
He said, is everything okay? You lied then. Yeah. When you said, yeah, everything's great. At that point, I would have said, I just got a disturbing phone call. I will talk to you about it, but I really need to get all the information before I come at you. And if he harassed her all night, I said, I'll come at you. I said, I will tell you. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I would harass all night. I'm like, you ain't going to give me a cliffhanger and make me go to sleep.
Yes, y'all know how I am. I can't be surprised about anything. So I'd be harassing him. At 3 a.m, I'm tapping him on the shoulder. Hey, what was it you want to talk to me about in the morning? Because it's in the morning now.
Midnight. To midnight, I'd have been like, it's morning.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like she already kind of started off as a lie because he's going to already say, well, you lied to me because you told me everything.
Yeah, and he could easily say that, yeah, because she did technically, she really did. Okay, so our next couple, I'm sorry, I can't help but roll my eyes every time I say this woman's name, Brittany and Ray.
I knew she was going to say that.
So we see Brittany and Ray, they're in the car heading over to his family's house. And they sit down and visit with his family. I guess they were just getting together just to sit around and catch up. And so Ray announces that he has a new job. He got a job at a warehouse. His family was very enthusiastic about it. And so they are just, kind of talking, and, they're being very encouraging to Ray, hey, look, you're starting your new life, and you're starting your new life with Brittany. And so Brittany brings up Ray's restitution. And she also says, you know, she doesn't want to get stuck with his restitution, paying back his restitution, or paying for something that she did not do. What did y'all think about that scene right now?
I agree. I mean, well, so if you wouldn't do it for like him having a kid and having child support arrears, then no, I wouldn't do it for restitution either. I don't want to be responsible for your debt. That's just me. So I would still be with you. I wouldn't be pressuring us getting married. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the whole thing comes in. You're trying to hurry up and get married to this man who has this debt. But I still appreciate the fact that he is trying to let her know, like, it's almost like he doesn't even really want her to be responsible for it. And that's why he's trying to let her know what I have to get together first before we take that step. But you're the one who's pushing it. So you want to get married, then you're going to have to help pay. Period. Because I'm sure when they file their taxes together, their refunds are going to go towards it. That's a lot of debt. And I don't know if interest is caused with if it comes with interest or anything like that. But that's a huge commitment of debt to invest in on nothing. Like, it's not a house. It's nothing you see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not tangible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just money flying out the door for something you had no part of.
Okay. So for me, like, even when she blurted it out about the restitution, I was like, well, what are you hoping to gain from this? Why did you bring this up right now? But this is my take on it. Okay, when you get married to somebody, if you know they owe restitution, they owe like rearage and child support, as you mentioned, they owe taxes, you have to understand that once you get married, you could be held responsible for that. And if you feel like you don't want to contribute to that, you shouldn't get married to them.
Exactly.
Now, if you feel like you could deal with paying that off or whatever, and like, I guess it was his uncle maybe made a good point, was like, well, if she, if you had a child and he brought a child into the relationship, he would financially help take care of that child, which is very true. So it's like certain things you got to think about it. I don't think she should get married to him if she feels so strongly about contributing to his restitution.
No, she shouldn't.
But she's been pushing this into a marriage. Yeah, she's been pushing it, and she's been pushing it hard. And now it's like, wait a minute, why are you so upset about this restitution? Restitution didn't matter beforehand. Now all of a sudden, this restitution is mattering. What do you think about this, Sean? Did you go to sleep over there, Sean?
I don't know if you can hear me because this allows it to go.
It's better. You just might have to speak up, but yeah, it's better.
I like the way how the uncle explained it with the child. He brought in the child, saying that if you was to marry and you had a kid, then he would be responsible for that kid also. Y'all can't hear me, huh?
No,
yeah. You're good. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then because part of me, I understand where she's coming from, because I don't want to take on a debt of someone else's, and I didn't enjoy none of that money, but now I got to pay it back. So that I can get. But I didn't like the fact that she brought it up with the family. And
right.
Then on top of that, then she brought in her mom and saying how her mom feel about Ray. And I was like, that is not cool, because that's your fault. The reason why your mom feels about Ray. And the man got a job now, and when he had announced he had a job, it was like she was like, ooh, 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 ooh. So I was like, okay, that's coming. And like I said, he's been trying to let her know that, hey, I'm going to pay this stuff. And he's not asking her. One time did he ask her to pay, but since she's in a hurry to get married and her ring is first, and then what else after the ring?
Babies.
The baby. And, and she want all that stuff, and that's all that is just throwing a monkey wrench in her plan, because she ain't gonna be able to get that $2,000 ring that she wants, because he got to pay for this here. And I think that's just the engagement ring. She ain't even got to the
Wedding
ring.
man.
Yeah, wedding ring.
Or the wedding.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But,
so all that money going towards the retribution instead of the wedding of her
mhm.
dream. So because then she got on my nerve when she said, "Well, yeah, I'm working 2 jobs and
Mhm.
Yeah. It was like, what are we doing? Holding a pity party for you? And first of all, why are we even having this conversation with his parents? And then she kept defending her mom, which is really aggravating me because I'm like, go to your mom and defend Ray like this. Let her know
Mhm.
what's the real deal with Ray. It's like, and then at one point she kind of got snippy with his mom, and the whole scene just ended up aggravating me. Brittany was sitting on the couch looking like a queen holding court. Like, no, no. Do you think that's what you're doing, sweetheart? Because that's not what you're doing. Okay,
And
what you
the
doing is, huh?
the funny thing is, like, that is his family.
Right.
So if
yeah,
you thought you were going to get sympathy or get some type of support, it wouldn't have been
Right.
from his
You're at the
family.
wrong house.
You
You're
know
at the
what I'm
wrong
saying?
car.
But of course, I'm sure you wouldn't have said anything at your house because then
Mhm.
that puts a stain even more on him. But at the end of the day, he probably didn't mention it before because he didn't know if this is going to go anymore or last as long as 3-4 months. I wouldn't tell people my personal business on the first night I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't have a right, so to speak, to tell her anything about that until he felt like it was getting serious, which I feel like he thinks it is. And
Mhm.
he's trying to let her know, like, look at how much I have before we get married. He doesn't want any of that because he already knows how much that's going to cost him. That man's going to be working for life to pay that back unless he wins a lottery or something. There's no way, he can pay that back in his lifetime. Hell, that's 3 times student mortgage. I mean, student loans. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of
right.
money. It is definitely a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. And
Yeah,
like I said before, you don't know if there's interest on that. You don't know
Yes,
how
sir.
much of that is he really, like, is some of it forgiven, after he pays for so long, or it's so much. How much of his check does he have to give to it every year,
Yeah.
every month? Are they
And then,
garnishing his wages? Like, how much? And
yeah,
yeah.
like you just don't know. Yeah, and then he probably also didn't, like you say, he didn't realize how serious his relationship was going to get. And then now that he's out and she's over there drumming into his head every day, ring, ring, marriage, babies. So
Mhm.
now he's like, wait a minute, let me let her know something. Let's slow this down, you know?
Yeah, slow
So,
your roll. Because
Yeah,
I'm not,
but I'm
and
with
that's,
you.
and I appreciate him with that aspect of being a man. You're letting me know up front what I'm getting myself to. It's not like we got married and then 2-3 years later, I'm finding out you have all this debt because I
right.
got garnished. You know what I'm saying? Or our taxes got garnished. And I'm just sitting here like, what the heck is going on? Oh, that's right. I owed money. I
Right.
Yeah.
appreciate his upfrontness. I appreciate all that. And I would slow down my timeline, be like, well, let's see how long you can take and how much you can pay off and figure it out in a couple years. But it's not going anywhere. So regardless of how much you talk about it, regardless of how many people become on your side about you not having to pay, it still ain't going nowhere.
Okay. So I have a perspective on this. So, Brittany's like, she's pretty old, pushing 50. So she knows her clock is ticking and she wants to go ahead and knock these babies and this marriage out. But I think she may have said something in front of the family because she was hoping the family would be like, oh, we'll help out with the restitution.
Mm.
Hmm.
Because
That
other
could
than
be
that, I
possible.
don't see what was the point of you doing that.
Yeah, you might be
So,
right. Like they'd say, but even still, it's his debt. Even if his family said they would help, I don't think he'd actually take it
yeah,
because we don't know how much they helped with attorney's
Oh,
fees, how much
mm,
they did still put on his books outside of what you did. Oh, and that's something else she brought up too. Because she was like, well, she knows I was putting money on his books. She said, not because you had to. I
right.
like that part.
Yeah, she said
She said,
because you
that's
wanted to.
you
I
wanted
mean,
to.
she
She
was
said,
very
does
true.
she
That's what you
understand
wanted
you
to do.
wanted to do that? I was like, she just dead ass
Yeah.
wrong.
And it was like, and then she's like, well, I've been working 2 jobs. Okay. Okay. So I, I don't know. I just got frustrated, but I'm always getting frustrated at their scenes because I just don't understand where some of the stuff she's doing is coming from. Yes. So.
So I had a comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot about you, huh, Reese?
Well, I don't know, Sean. You were trying to say something too before I go.
No, you good.
Oh,
You
okay.
good.
So yeah, the other part that had me laughing because I agree with y'all. Like honestly, she got decisions to make. Like either you're gonna pursue, kind of like her family said, you're gonna pursue this relationship, and you're gonna, if you want to be married so bad, you're gonna handle what comes with this particular marriage. And even if you have kids, that's even more dead. So just know you ain't gonna stop working them 2 jobs. You're gonna keep working the 2 jobs. He might even have to start working 2. Who knows? But and then too, like bringing it up at that time, it really doesn't make sense unless, like Nene said, she's trying to get help. But it was almost like she put him on blast a little bit. But I'm like, but really, it wasn't really, to me. I don't know, the amount really wasn't what matters. You know what I mean? Because she knows it, he knows it, and if y'all gonna get married anytime soon, you know what comes with that. But I did like how the family said, like, well, if you're gonna marry him, then yeah. If you want to marry him, then yeah, that's you. But so that's just my opinion on that part. But what was funny too, and I was like, is she talking about something? My mom expects me to marry like the engineer, basketball player. I'm like, what? I'm sorry. What about her make her so special that a basketball player gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to holler. Like, you're just a regular chick. Like,
yeah, well, clearly he doesn't realize that, usually athletes like younger women, they don't go for the older women. So
I'm just saying, like, she don't have the look of no basketball.
She does not. Not at all.
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice.
She
Sean,
don't.
Sean, would you give me credit? I was being nice, and then these two started acting up over here.
No, I'm saying, because, like, to me, if she was a basketball wife, she would be somebody who they been dated and they got famous and she was already
they got famous.
But you're not somebody that no basketball player walking by like, dang, she bad. Like,
she bad, and that wig is lifted up. I like how that wig is lifted up over there.
Yeah, they need to. She needs to go. She needs a reality check. She needs to go on Kevin Samuel's show and get a reality check of what she's able to get.
I mean, Sean, you a man. What you think?
Yeah.
What you call it? She would have, like you said, high school, dating a man in high school, and then college, and then he's in the pros. But as she looks now, she ain't getting no basketball too.
Yeah. Like, you shouldn't even throw that option out there. You should have just stuck with engineer, doctor.
I would have threw some other high class kind of basic. Yeah,
but don't be telling no movie stars, no basketball players, none of that. Your mom expecting that from who? None of her kids.
That from you. Maybe let's look at your sisters.
But I'm like, but they just not know. You know what I'm saying? Usually you'll see like the video vixen types is who they going for. I mean, that's reality, and not just your regular person. Unless it's some. Well, I mean, most of them it comes from like they've had long-term relationships already when they have regular wives.
Exactly.
No, I'm gonna say maybe if one of them saw her videotape, then maybe
If what on what?
Her ring tape, her videotape that's going.
Oh yeah, true. They watched that ring video. Yeah, ring light.
Them and all the prison guards on duty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, they all been like, if she ever leave him, I'm ready. I don't have that debt.
But my whole thing is though, if that's really what you were supposed to be dating or going for, then why the hell did you contact somebody in jail? Because it's not like he pursued you in jail. You know what I'm saying?
If you felt like you could pull, if you felt like you could really pull a basketball
2 times,
then why are you perusing the prisons?
Yeah.
On a lighter note, can we talk about how good Ray was looking this episode?
He was. I love that white sweater.
Yeah, and I'm not usually I won't put on a turtleneck personally myself, but he was looking good in that turtleneck. Yeah,
he did. That was a nice. His whole ensemble was very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm like, Ray, what's up? What's up, boo?
But if it went for that debt, though, I mean, I can't. You paying a whole house.
No, we can be friends.
You paying a whole mortgage.
Who said I was trying to marry him? He
All
could be a
right.
side
I'm
piece.
just
Gotta
saying
have
he's
some
paying
arm
a whole
candy.
mortgage and
Yeah,
restitution.
he could
Like,
be side piece. Yeah, he could be the side piece.
I mean, I'm
Maybe.
saying, and then with this restitution, is there interest rates on that mess? Because I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know.
he might be paying anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a month. We don't even know. Like,
But he,
Yeah,
like, when you really start thinking about how much he'd have to pay on that to even get it out of the hundreds, thousands, that's
mhm.
just so much money. I just
Yeah.
breaks my heart.
But you know, one thing.
He'd probably have to go and ask, like, I wonder if he could go to like some of the pharmacies where he stole that stuff from and see if they can help him forgive the debt, or if he can work off the debt with them. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to paying it. I wonder if there are other options.
Yeah, that's if he's allowed on their property anymore. 'Cause, you know,
We
Yeah.
so
can
he
always
might
write
be able
letters.
to. Yeah. Yeah. So it just all depends.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
yeah. So our next couple was John and Christiana. Okay. So Christiana starts the scene off where she's expressing that things are different between her and John in the way that she imagined it when she was locked up. And they show the house with the animals running all through the house.
Mhm.
And Christiana, she starts questioning John about what happened between him and her sister, which is understandable to me. I don't know how she's still there with him because I couldn't sit there and I got these questions in my mind. Did you sleep with my sister? How far did you go with my sister? Was my sister in my bed? I just can't. But luckily, like me and my sister, we don't like the same type of guys. Me and Johnny, we don't even like the same type of guys. So luckily that's something I don't really have to worry about. But yeah, so she has these questions which I feel like is understandable. She kind of doesn't trust what he's telling her. And so he's outside working on his car when his daughter Sarah walks up. And, she starts asking him some questions. And, he expresses to Sarah that Christiana had gotten mad with him because of his sister. And she was like, okay, so you want to be with her, but you were flirting with her sister? I mean, she was making sense, but you could tell he didn't like it. I guess they have a rocky relationship. No, that's the most I can say. And so Sarah gives her opinion, but you could tell John, he really wasn't trying to hear it. All right. So John takes Christiana on a surprise, a little escape for the afternoon or whatever. Okay. And so when they arrive, John reveals what it is. And he likes to call them Bonnie and Clyde. So he has set up this Bonnie and Clyde photo shoot for them. Christiana does not look amused or happy by it. She was actually frowning some to me in the pictures.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so, they get dressed up and they take the pictures. And I'm like, John, you need to learn how to read your wife. And so he then drops to one knee during the photo shoot and he proposes to her again and he tells her he wants her to have her dream wedding with her family there. They didn't. Christiana still didn't crack a smile. She still looked annoyed,
Mm-mm.
you know.
Mhm.
And so that was their scene. What does everybody think about those scenes with John and Christiana?
I'm like, why were they like dressed kind of? They both dressed like men, in my opinion, and that was
Yeah,
weird. And then it was like, I don't know, like that ain't the thing to do. I guess if y'all are in a rocky place, like maybe take her to a nice dinner, like do some
yeah,
things that show her, like, okay, you know, I don't know, like I just feel like that was a wrong choice of event,
Mhm.
and I don't know them pictures. I need to see what these pictures are like because I know them things are not cute. They can't be because I'm like nothing was flattering about the outfits, the way they looked. Like she looked at him like she hated him, and I was like, I don't know if
yeah,
that's just a thug look or what, but that was just terrible. And then the daughter was right too. I'm like,
yeah. She was.
mm-hmm,
Yeah,
I
she.
think with the Yeah, I think with the daughter, it's that whole "you're my daughter, don't tell me about life." It would be hard for me to hear my daughter telling me stuff and helping me or giving me relationship advice. And I'm like, girl, please. So I think that's where he was taking it from, just the idea that she was 18 talking to him about his relationship. And then as far as the picture, she looks miserable. I don't know how she looked last year before she went back to jail, but she
She
just
didn't
don't
look
look
miserable
happy at
the way
all.
I mean, she wasn't necessarily a jovial person, but she didn't look as stone faced. Like right now, it looks like she's ready to divorce him at any second. Like
Yeah.
any second, he's gonna
Yeah,
get served with divorce papers. You know.
well, I think she had mentioned something about, well, or he too, maybe. I don't know if it was him or her, but they had said that he had never been faithful to anyone that he dated. So of
Yeah,
course, with
she
her
said
knowing
that.
that, I can definitely see. And if I were her, I wouldn't even wasted my time spending time with him. I would have just said, no, I need some space. I don't care if it's a surprise or not. I need space.
Mm-hmm.
Let me process first.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. All right, Sean. So, what did you think of the scene with Christiana and John?
Yeah, because like Johnny was saying about the daughter, uh, protect being a kid, because me and my daughter we're pretty close, and even if she's right, I don't hear her telling me that that I was wrong. It's like, girl, I changed your diaper. Hush your mouth. I'm about to. And by the way, you shouldn't be dating that clown you messing with. Now go on, you know. So
right.
I put it into her, you know. So, even though she was right 100%, because how you gonna flirt with how you want to be with the woman, but you gonna flirt with her sister when the woman's not there. And
Hmm.
even if that, even if it wasn't a sister, you're still flirting with another person, and you saying that this is the person
Right.
where you married to. This is your wife. So no need to be leading someone on, if you're not going to go all the way. And I agree with the Darwin saying that what's the purpose of flirting is for something else to happen. So if
Mhm.
and then they did kiss, huh? The sister, he did kiss the sister.
I'm not sure if it was her younger sister or not. I can't really tell when you look at them. I'm
No, he
thinking
said
this
did they
might.
kiss?
Oh, did
Did
they
they did
kiss?
the kiss?
I think they did.
I thought they kissed. I don't think she knows they kissed yet. I
Yeah,
think
she
she's
don't
only
know.
going based on what he said. But I think they kissed if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every time they show it, it looks like they kissed, but he's telling
Mhm.
her they didn't do anything. So I was
Mhm.
like, well, maybe I didn't see it right. But so he's lying about that. And then when that comes out, that's going to even be more drama to the well, strain on the next relationship.
Yeah.
And then the biting kind of the pictures when she was looking the way she was looking, I've never seen her smile, so I just thought that was her normal look. And I was like, man, that's not good, dude. That's not good at all. Because even when they was at the table eating their food, that's like,
Yeah,
oh,
she looked like she was ready to throw her food on him.
She is
ah,
she is not a happy person. Like I
no,
said, I don't know if it's so much that, but she just looks miserable.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then
she.
the proposal, you was trying to say that he got on his knees. No, he took him a while to get down there. He was so I was like, girl, stop the man. You don't need to say yes. Just tell him don't go down there. Stay up because it's gonna be a while for him to get up because he was struggling. And but with her, like Johnny was saying, she should say, yeah, let's take a break for a while. Let me reevaluate some things because right now I really don't know if I want to be with you
Right.
because I can't be with someone that's gonna mess with my kinfolk. You know,
Yeah, but
so
see, I think the other problem with that is that if she decides she don't want to be with him, I don't necessarily know that she has anywhere to go. Because I know her sister ended up living in the house with John while she was locked up this last time because her sister didn't have anywhere to go. And then her mom didn't have anywhere to go. So the
yeah,
mom was living there too. So I think that could be part of it. But it's like that's why you gotta try to put yourself in a situation where you got somewhere to go. If that man do something that's you don't like.
Mhm.
So I don't know. But yeah, because I remember last season when she got out of jail, he immediately took her somewhere. They got married on the back of his truck. And she wasn't looking this stone faced then. She, like I said, she's never been this hey cheerful person, but not looking like she ready to just kill everybody around her. Look, yeah, but yeah, yeah. Do you have something to add, Reese? You wanted to add? Say, I thought I saw you trying to say something.
No, I was just agreeing. Like they're just an odd couple because of their situation. So it's like I don't know. That's a
Yeah,
tough one. That's a
it's
tough
very
one.
weird, and I hope I'm not offending anybody when I say this, but like their situation, when you look at them, you're like, oh, I could see that being their situation. I'm trying not to. Hopefully, I didn't offend anybody with that. But they just have that look about them.
Well, the
That
fact that they got married in the back of the truck, I mean, that in itself.
all right. And so the final person, I say person because it should have been two people. It should have been Puppy and Amber, but actually, I'm sorry, guys. I skipped over Sean and Sarah. So the scene opens. Sean is at a hotel and he's getting ready to go pick up Sarah. All right. So he makes an alcoholic drink for her, and like the hugest Yeti cup I've ever seen in my life. Um, and I'm just wondering, like, how full was that cup of alcohol? That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering how much did he fill it up? Because he did have a big bottle of what looked like vodka. I was like, did he pour that whole thing in that big old cup? And so, because she wanted an alcoholic drink when she got out of prison, which I can understand that. You want to get some drinks, you want to get a little loose. Especially if you are plotting to have sexual relations with a man you have never laid eyes on before. Get her nice and drunk.
Pretty much.
And we see him coming out of the hotel room, and he's got some things that he's going to take to her. And I notice he has a blanket tucked up under his arm. And so he did mention that they had talked about different ways that they can sneak and get it in. And so he had mentioned like a cornfield. he said a couple of crazy places. I was like, I guess that's what the blanket is for. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. And so Sean, he arrives at the prison. He's visibly nervous as he's waiting across the street for her to arrive. She arrives. He likes what he sees. She likes what she sees. They're hugging and stuff. She's been locked up for 6 years. Okay. And the scene ends with her saying that she has a secret. Right? All right. So I have a question for each one of y'all. So Sarah revealed that she did 6 years for involuntary manslaughter. Do y'all think you could be in a serious relationship with someone who committed murder?
The way it happened is what makes it different to me. Okay, I don't know if I'm echoing, but sorry, I don't know. I don't know if that's me. Yeah. But because it was like a drug overdose, it wasn't, to me, that's not like an actual murder. But to be married to or be with somebody in a relationship with him.
Reese, was that a stabbing? That was a stabbing? Okay.
Yeah, murder. murder, So I don't know. I think that's what makes it different to me for their situation.
Okay. How about you, Johnny? What did you think of these things? And do you think you could be in a serious relationship with someone who has gone to prison for murder?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely by accident. We're all echoing now. But I totally could be with somebody it was an accident. And I honestly think that means they didn't have a good attorney. Because you've seen plenty of people who do involuntary murder from a car accident or anything like that, and they aren't doing time like that. Because I even think she won 20 years probation.
That's the other girl.
Oh, okay. I was like, goodness gracious. But yeah, I could. And she was so cute. I'm sorry. She was a little cutie to me.
She was cute.
Yeah, I thought she was super cute. And It'll be interesting to see what his secret is because next week I think they're in a car and she tells him he can't follow her while she goes up with whoever's in that car. So I'm like interested in that. So they both have secrets. He hasn't told her how many kids he has, and she has her secret. So we'll see how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what did you think, Sean?
Well, if as long as the woman is not was convicted of murder in her husband, then yes, I would say because I don't have to worry about her murdering me because she'd be in love with me. So I don't have to worry about it. Now, other people would have to worry because if somebody messed with me, I tell them my wife went to jail for manslaughter, so leave me alone. So I'm gonna put my wife on. But no, I wouldn't have a problem with someone that killed someone other than this, all their significant and stuff. But then the the whole what you call it, the blanket going into the field, wanting to do it in the field, wanting to do it in the car, and all those crazy places. I was like, okay, now that's a little bit wild. And you never started one, but you really, because he was up there just standing, and it reminded me of Stan. Is that her? That's her. And every time somebody passed,
Yeah, screaming at random cars.
uh, he's like, please let it be good looking because I want to get laid. So at that point, I thought he didn't care. But obviously, that's some circumstance. Because if you willing to go out the playing field, I think you wouldn't care how the person is. So then what was I going to say? The alcohol, drinking in the tent. How he made that smoothie, that big old thing, and you talking about he had vodka in it. It's like, yeah, he's most definitely getting her ready for a good time. Because he's gonna get her drunk to the point where she won't know that he is not a young man. He's 46 years old because he lied about his age to still have some kids. And she was giving her confession. She was saying that she don't want no young man because the young man is whatever they want in life and all that type of stuff. So I said, well, he ain't no young man. I just become 50, so you're gonna get what you want out of that situation. And then the secret. I didn't like the secret because tell me now, because I don't want to wait till next week when it comes to something smart. You know. But yep, they both have stuff that they both need to get off of their shoulders because they both carry
Yeah,
secrets.
absolutely. They both have secrets and they need to tell it. And I'm got a little aggravated with production because they did a lot of cliffhangers and they aggravate me when they do that because I'm like, okay, look, the show is good. I'm gonna come back next week. You don't need to do all these cliffhangers to get me to come back.
Right. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they covered way too many couples this season. That's why they couldn't finish.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you guys have noticed, like the last, well, I guess it's only been 2 episodes this season, but they've been over an hour. The episodes have been. They've been about an hour and 15 minutes. But I think it's because they have so many couples, they can't really get into them good. Maybe they need to like focus only on like 4. I did notice they left out Stan and Lisa this week, but I think that was the only couple. Oh, Stan and Lacey and Shane. They left those off too. So we also have the Georgia couple, Amber and Puppy, even though they still have not shown Puppy to us. And so I'm bringing up Georgia because, we're from Georgia and they're in Douglasville. So Amber is trying to contact Puppy, but she doesn't have any luck with it. And so Amber goes over to Puppy's mom's house. She talks to Puppy's mom and she lets Amber know that, normally Puppy takes her to appointments, but Puppy hasn't been doing that. And she has an address for her. And so she gives that to Amber. Amber goes back to her house where she has Queen. I guess Queen is her roommate. Both of them, I'm assuming they knew each other from prison too. because I don't know if you guys knew this back part of it, but Puppy, Amber, and Puppy's mom, the three of them, they were in prison together. Um, this went back. And then so Amber's friend Queen, when Puppy comes in the house, she wants to go pull up on Puppy. But Queen is like, no, we can't just go somewhere randomly where, she could be using drugs or drugs are being sold because we're both still on paper. And then
Right.
Amber brings up the fact that she and Queen are both on probation for 20 years. Like 20 years of probation. Woo, that's a lot of your life tied up. And so Amber, and then you pay when you're on probation. So that's a 20-year bill
Dang.
for you. Yeah.
You pay what?
You pay like a fee to be on probation.
To who? State?
To the state.
Man, they get you off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so Amber is trying to convince Queen to, help her go see Puppy. They even look up the address online to try to check out the neighborhood to see, if it's a good neighborhood that they should be rolling through. So they go ahead and they decide to go so they can go see if they can find Puppy because at this point, Amber just wants to know that she's okay. She's worried that she's not okay and that she might be using. And so they pull up to the address. They sit outside the address a little bit trying to peep out the scene, to see if they really want to go up and knock on the door. And so here we go again, production. Just aggravating Nene. So we see Amber go up to the door. She knocks on the door, and somebody opens the door. But production won't show us who it is. Like, why can't you show me who it is? Like I'm getting aggravated with y'all. Now knock this off. Knock it off. I'm coming back next week. Just show me who's at that door. How did y'all? What did y'all think of
I think
Amber? Do we want to say Puppy's name yet?
yeah, I think Brittany should hire Queen and what's her name?
Amber.
Yeah, to try to find the boy because they were sitting up there shopping. I mean, not they were doing the stakeout up area, and they looked it up on YouTube, looked it up, and she would be able to say that this area is the Queen area. So I think that they would be able to find the boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I the only one that's thrown by their names? Because I keep thinking Puppy is the mannish looking dude. Mannish looking girl. And Amber is the one they're looking for. So every time they keep saying their names, I'm like, you don't look like an Amber. Oh, God. It'll be interesting to see their dynamic because obviously things didn't end well, one. And then two, she started dating a dude. So I guess she's bi. Well, I'm sorry, we're not supposed to be labeling people anymore, so whatever. And then three, she she really is going to be like to just check and make sure you're breathing. Like it really isn't because she misses her or wants her back. So I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, so you can tell she has a lot of love for Puppy, just to want to go check on her and just make sure she's okay. It's not like, because she even said it to the mom. She was like, I don't care who she's over there with. I just want to make sure she's okay. I mean, anybody could, reason with that, so.
I thought it was funny when Queen, she was like, it's like stalking.
Yeah.
And I know some people that's been in jail for stalking. And I'm like, that was hilarious to me because you can see her face. She's like, hold on. Maybe we gotta go. But I'm like, yeah, don't get in trouble behind trying to check out this girl. You know what I mean? Y'all on probation. 20 years.
20 years. 20
I know.
years.
That's too much. I'd be like, let me go and finish some of that time off in jail to cut that in half or something.
I know. If you lock me back up, how many years of probation would you take off of my sentence? 20 years?
Yeah. But
More power
it'll be
to 'em.
interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Very. So, like I said, next week I need to see an appearance from Puppy. I need some of these cliffhangers to be answered, and I don't want to see any more cliffhangers next week. No more cliffhangers. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You know, you'll show me a clip, you build me up, but then you won't show me the end. I'm tired. I need to see it. So they gave us glimpses of Puppy. So maybe they'll show her. You know, I want to call her Kitty instead of Puppy because I feel like that should be her nickname instead of Puppy.
Yeah, it totally throws me.
And she looks like she's a pretty girl, so
Mhm.
Yeah, she is.
why would you pick the name Puppy?
Puppy.
I don't know. That
Nothing
is
about
a
that
weird
sounds
thing.
sexy to me. If I were to say, like, hey, y'all, I'm bringing my boo over. Her name is Puppy.
Like,
No, I know that's like a boy being called Kitty. You know,
Yeah.
like what? Like this just isn't.
it don't make sense.
Mm-mm.
So that would be interesting to know why she's nicknamed Puppy. But yeah, definitely. So yeah, so that was the episode. Last night's episode. Like I said, it was an okay episode. I got aggravated with all the cliffhangers. I'm gonna actually say unnecessary cliffhangers
Right.
because I was getting into each storyline. I didn't need the cliffhanger in this. I want to know what it is that Sarah's hiding, even though we're starting to see a theme with these cliffhangers, with these secrets. Why are the secrets always another woman? That's what I have the feeling it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that phone call was suspect.
It was. I don't think she was talking to her mom.
No.
I really don't.
It was
No.
just weird.
Yeah. It
But he was
was.
smart enough to sense it, though. You gotta give him that. He sensed something was up with the phone call.
Yeah.
But I just
Absolutely.
think the audacity of people. Like,
Yes.
I bought you this phone and you're just gonna automatically disrespect me right there in my car, in my face.
After I picked you up from prison, I did.
You know, I don't want the audacity.
That's very true. The audacity of these people, they just do whatever they want to. Yes, that's how I roll. It's just crazy.
He paid for the phone.
Yeah, he said, I got you a phone, and he handed her that phone
He
shoe.
handed to her.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new in the case.
Hmm.
Cause that would give me all of them cheating on the other person's down.
Yeah. But, you know, I can tell this is going to be, I feel like, a crazy situation like with him and his ex-girlfriend, Destiny, because he's already doing too much. You're doing too much for a woman you had never even seen before the day you picked her up. And now you have quit your job, you moved states, and it's too much for me. Too much for me to handle.
I can imagine. That's just too much.
Yeah. Sean, do you think you can move states for a woman you never met?
Never met. No.
Prisoner on top of that.
No, I could not.
Yeah, because I mean, he's doing a whole lot. She gets out of prison same day. Y'all are hunching. And it's just like it's just so much. You to move states, you to quit your job, you're away from your children. Even though I have a feeling he's always been away from his children.
Yeah, I don't think they know him from his pictures.
Yeah. Well, Daddy lives in the phone. That's where Daddy lives in the phone. Yeah. Yeah. He's the telly daddy. All righty. Well, that's the episode. Can y'all think of anything else that you wanted to bring up that you thought about with this episode?
Well, I'm looking forward to next week's episode because the premiere. But overall, Deontay.
Oh yeah, they weren't on there this week.
Mm-mm.
They haven't been on there yet.
Yeah.
I think they have too many couples.
They
Maybe
do.
they should have put Brittany, Ray, all the new people that were just on. maybe next season while we focus on the others. 'Cause it's too much to keep up with.
Yeah.
It is. It's a lot to keep up with. It definitely is. And then now, I'm sorry, I'm about to do another rant on production because y'all remember last week they showed Deontay in the previews for this week. Do y'all
Yeah,
remember
they
that?
did,
See,
yeah.
see this. I'm getting mad. The production, call me. Let's have a discussion.
So I hope they do show them. They're not just trying to keep us in suspense and bring them on later on down the season. And then I want to see when they're with in the bathroom. Shane's wife.
Oh, Lacey.
Yes. So she
Oh
had a
yeah, in the
conversation.
preview.
Yeah, let's see. Because I'm getting aggravated with the cliffhangers and these false previews of the next episode. I've
Right.
had it. Had it,
Yeah.
WeTV. Y'all better knock it off.
One cliffhanger should be the limit.
Yeah. And then whatever you show me in the preview, I want to see it that next episode. That's
Yeah.
what I want to see.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
be
show
showing.
a season preview.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay,
we's
I
known
know.
for doing that. Because
Yeah,
even
they
with
are.
Honey Boo Boo, they'll show the part that you're really wanting to see at the end of the episode. You're like, really?
Pretty much.
It's annoying.
Yeah. I didn't watch Honey Boo Boo, but I've watched, I don't know, what is it called? Where the mom is gone and now Honey Boo Boo is with the sisters.
Yeah,
Or is
that's
that
the one
still
I'm
Honey
talking
Boo Boo?
about.
Is
It's
that still?
Mama June Road to Redemption.
Yeah, that's what it is. Mama June Road to Redemption. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even watch and see if she actually got jail time or not.
Mm.
That was the last thing I was at because they kept getting on my nerves with it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I watch it here and there. Every now and then I'll catch it. I haven't been following it enough to even. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Well, that was the recap of Life After Lockup. Life After Lockup from last night. Alrighty. So you can always catch us every Saturday. We do a recap of Life After Lockup, and on Mondays we recap the Real Housewives of Potomac. Alrighty. So make sure you catch us on our next episode on Monday. Make sure you subscribe. Click that subscribe button down below, and make sure you also hit that like button on your way out the room. And always thank you for watching. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.